Hello, this is video essay 2. So the three political issues I chose were healthcare, immigration, and civil rights. And why is this important to me? Well, this is important to me because, one, as a black gay man in America, these things also do affect me. But however, not just me, but everyone in the world that these things affect. Everyone deserves health care. That's a basic human right that I believe in. Civil rights are basic human rights that everyone should be granted and given. And immigration, for me, people who are immigrants should be able to come over to this country and make a living and a life for themselves as long as they are a law-abiding citizen. Now, for my report card, I chose 3 politicians. One of them is Trump. The other one is Kathy Hochul. And the other one is Eric Adams. And starting off with Trump gets, well, Trump fails all of it, but Trump gets an F for immigration because clearly what we've seen in the news and the media, how have he responded to it has been very poorly. And I also gave him an F because I truly feel like as the president of the United States, you should be able to come to a common ground or propose a system to Congress so they can push forward something where everybody in this immigration issue is treated fairly, not just casted away or not just an enemy of the country because they're an immigrant. For healthcare, Trump also gets an F because his administration have spearheaded the overturn of Roe versus Wade, and in my opinion, reproductive system isn't healthcare. That is just a non-negotiable. Another reason why he gets an F in healthcare is because a lot of people who voted for him, or most people who voted for him on the premise of healthcare being lower or healthcare being affordable or something where healthcare just, the American people are getting healthcare and the right healthcare that they need. However, as long as he's been in office for almost a year now, nothing has happened. And instead, these policies threaten to push more people into debt rather than taking them out of debt or helping them pay off their health care. For civil rights, he also gets an F because overturning or removing of DEI, which is, again, in my opinion, is a human right. A civil right is a human right, period. And DEI was there to protect the minority groups of people or people of color against discrimination of their background, skin color, or who they are. Moving on to Kathy Hochul. Immigration, she gets an A. And the reason why she gets an A because she has done something that I addressed with Trump, and that is finding a common ground for immigration. Also, I need to add in there, Kathy is the governor of New York. Kathy, in her opinion, states that immigration, or people who are immigrants, should go through the criminal justice system before being deported, and also believes that people who are immigrants should not be targeted by ICE or anybody because they're immigrants. They should have the right to make a life and a living for themselves in New York without being targeted. And if they do commit crimes or they come over and they commit crimes, then there's the criminal system in place. Then we can deport them after. So there's a clear plan there to help everyone in this immigration issue. And I like that for Kathy. Healthcare, she gets an A. Improving outcomes with individuals who are taking the GLP-1 medication with obesity. She also plans to make dental care accessible for everyone and to improve and expand on the care. What else? Providing air conditioner for pregnant people in New York City during summertime or very hot conditions, which for that she gets an A because there's a clear set plan. And for civil rights, she gets an A for civil rights as well because she supports the LGBT community with getting adult care facilities and supported adult care. She supports same-sex marriages and also supports the right to abortion, which she gets an A for civil rights because those are, again, in my opinion, human rights. Now, moving on to Eric Adams, who is the mayor of New York. Immigration, he gets an A because his policy also reflects the same as Kathy's policy, where if you are a long-term immigrant who lived in New York City, you won't be targeted. But if you are a newcomer immigrant who lives in New York City committing crimes, then you would have to go through the criminal system, and then you would be deported or whatnot from there. Clear, concise, love that rule. So he gets an A for that. Healthcare and civil rights, he gets an A for that too. There wasn't much on healthcare that I could find, but one of his plan was to expand telehealth to reduce the numbers of hospital visits, which is important because in that field, sometimes hospital can be overcrowded, sometimes they may not have enough resources. So to expand on that is very important, and I do like that. Civil rights, same thing, couldn't find any more information on it, but same thing with Kathy. He supports equal right marriages, same-sex marriages, and supports expanding opportunities for women and minority-owned businesses, which is really great, especially the business part, because there's a lot of minority groups who are business-owned and can use that help. Love that. Moving on to question 3. So for me, gerrymandering occurs when the political district are drawn in favor one party, and to fix, or not to fix, but like to improve on this, right? I would say smaller states who don't like, their votes don't really matter, or whole votes don't matter. We should improve on that and should allow their votes to matter, should allow smaller states and stuff like that to be heard, because if everyone is only favoring one party, then no one is being heard. And to improve on younger people and voters, and voters coming into the political atmosphere, we should always stay informed, inform younger people to get active, explain more in depth political situations and issues where there's a clear understanding, and then there's also actions that we can take as well. When young people get involved, I do believe that we can make an impact and improvement on the world for the better.